who will inevitably take over from us for posterity. So in any society, there will be the youth. Indeed, the future of any society can only be guaranteed and assured by its youth.
This participant from Nigeria echoed his voice to the endeavor, citing optimism that the meeting would play an essential role in Africa's development.
This meeting is really important because looking at Africa from a different perspective, if you want to ascertain sustainable development and sustainable growth, you need to engage young people. You need to engage champions by young people so that we can get to where we want to go. You can't have development in Africa without engaging young people. So to us, this meeting is strategic in reaching our destination. That's making Africa a sustainable development economy.
Popularizing the African Youth Charter, that's certainly one critical step expected to serve as a turning point in unleashing the potentials of young people across the region. Reporting for Grts News, I am Abdullah Baji.
Deputy Permanent Secretaries of various ministries are receiving training in minutes writing and strategic management. The capacity enhancement efforts organized by the Personnel Management Office also covers communication. Fatou Jassi reports.
Papers, minutes writing and strategic management will be the focus of a week-long training for Deputy Permanent Secretaries drawn from various government ministries. Shouldering the daily and unstopping engagements of government demands some initiative, and so the building of capacity would have a significant bearing on their work as senior secretaries, especially in the areas of communications. A higher education institute of great repute, MDI, is the institution tasked to offer training on this relevant model.
As a public service training institution, MDI, in partnership with the government, share the belief that the fight against poverty, the struggle for sustainable development, the eradication of corruption and other geopolitical malice will be lost or won in our country's civil service, of course with the support from the private sector and development partners. But what it means is the civil servant would have to be the foot soldiers, the new vanguard of a disciplined and effective selfless service.
Developing communication skills, introducing participants to the latest information systems in the trade is especially critical in this endeavor.
Well, there's an underpinning issue, is that after you have described the tool that is in your hands, you will discover that you're talking about language. And unless you are in love with the language, you cannot express it to the fullest score. So that tool you have in front of you happens to be the English language. Well, you have to examine yourself as to what your own intellectual capacity is to handle that tool, your own prowess in using that tool to achieve what you want to achieve, and to see how far the use of the tool satisfies the contract which you have signed with your employer.
Secretary General, Head of the Civil Service and Minister of Presidential Affairs, Momodu Sabali, recognized with great emphasis on capacity building and effective communication in the proper formulation of national policies, noting that where communication is ineffective, the value to be derived from even when properly laid down in a particular program is lessened.
The Cabinet, as the epitome of state machinery and policy formulation, counts on the critical support and input of the civil service. Therefore, the existence of capacity gaps in the critical area of communication, such as the preparation of cabinet memoranda, potentially has a huge negative impact on the delivery of quality goods and services to the public. This is unacceptable. That is why this training has been sanctioned to strengthen your capacity in this area.
Honing the skills of bureaucrats to effectively shoulder official responsibilities, that's definitely critical in a development-driven administration. And so these senior secretaries will be going through an intensive program facilitated by the Institute, seasoned professors. For Grts News, I am Fatou Jassi.
The first Saudi-bound aircraft carrying Gambian pilgrims will leave Banjul International Airport on September 21st, 2013. Viewers may recall that the price for this year's package has been cut at $169,000. Grts' Ibrahim Majata has our update on this year's pilgrimage to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
unfaltering package by the government of the Gambia for pilgrims intending to go for the 2013 Hajj. Sensitizing intending pilgrims on the prospects of the Hajj had always been a major concern of the GIA in its attempt to ensure a hitch-free pilgrimage.
I can comfortably tell you that as far as the arrangements are concerned, GIA is on course. At the home front, we track the entire country. I've just returned from the provinces with my team, sensitizing them on the package, unveiling the package of $169,000. We also informed the public of how they should go about making these payments. The payments, the public is already aware that can be made at the Eco Bank branches between Brikama and Banjul. And also, I can comfortably tell you that people who have made their deposits early in May are rushing right now to make their complete payments, and that those who have not paid are also making their payments progressively. Also, on the issue of the aircraft, I can comfortably report that the aircraft arrangement is already finalized with Ethiopian Airlines. Also, as far as accommodation is concerned in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, both in the two cities of Mecca and Medina, the accommodations also are finalized. So by and large, GI is on course. We have finalized arrangements on aircraft. We have finalized arrangements on accommodation in Mecca and Medina. On the home front also, the public is well aware of all the developments as far as Hajj is concerned for 2013. All what I want to tell the general public is that already the first flight is full. We are working on the second flight, so they should all rush and come and complete their payments for those who have made deposits earlier. Those who have not made any deposit should make sure they go and pay as soon as possible, because it is purely going to be on first come, first serve basis. So I want to encourage the general public to rush now and either complete their payments or make sure they make the whole payment of $169,000.
Care for intending pilgrims is a key priority, yet this continues to be a recurring challenge for the GIA, and with the rigorous requirements of the Hajj demanding optimum physical and mental devotion, officials are working hand in glove with the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare to medically screen all individuals going to Mecca.
In fact, what we did, GIA always we are very proactive. Even before the announcement of the Hajj package, we sent a team, including myself, to the entire length and breadth of this country, sensitizing people on the issue of health. We all know that Hajj is very vigorous. It is something that you need a lot of energy, and you have to be in a very good shape, health-wise, to be able to perform Hajj. So we went to the entire length and breadth of this country and informed the people that if you want to send somebody to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to perform Hajj, the person has to be in a very good health state. So that as we toured the entire length and breadth, visited all the bantabas, over 70 villages in the Gambia, held meetings at various bantabas, had telephone talk shows on public radios and also community radios all over the country, sensitizing them on the health issue. And I think the message is well understood, because as far as I am concerned, the level of preparedness as far as that area is concerned is well consumed by the public, and they are responding positively.
A moment which gets airport staff, particularly immigration officials, wholly engaged. Authorities of the national carrier are making all possible orientations for pilgrims and are working with the immigration department to make passport preparations especially effortless. Officials are also advancing negotiations to invite nationals from neighboring countries to come and join the Hajj with the country's airliner. As the Hajj draws even nearer, the GIA has made hotel arrangements and reservations for their esteemed customers, whilst hoping that the first batch of pilgrims will depart from Banjul on September 1st, 2013. Ibrahim Ajata, GRTS.
News from outside the Gambia is up next after this break. Welcome back. Now, a frantic week-long manhunt for a suspected kidnapper in the U.S. has come to an end. James Damasio was killed by an FBI agent in Idaho on Sunday. Hannah Anderson, the teenage girl he is accused of